I have not lost my voice or my laugh. I was just concentrating.
Hashtag puppy concentration.
I'm just focusing all that passion.
So the inside of my right front tire was at 64%.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit.
I posted mine in Discord.
Well, I looked after my tyres a bit better than that.
To be fair, I did have a massive lockup at some point because I almost spun out coming out of the chicane.
Yeah, I'll probably do it. Just shows you actually, like it can have a significant difference, right?
Yeah. Honestly, these tires don't feel great right now. No full fuel.
No, but what you've got to weigh up is like, can they still perform enough so that to save having to change all your tyres?
Yeah.
Because a full tyre change, how long does that last?
No clue. Filling up to 99 litres again was 33 seconds, so I'm going to say near enough a minute, close to a minute to do everything.
And it does your tyres after you fuel, doesn't it? It doesn't do it at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, we can try towards the end of the session, just don't refuel and see how long it takes to change all four.
Can we ban that guy?
He does arm in.
And can we unmod that guy?
So salty, Sean.
So why you on New Year's stream and now you want to ban me? This is Armin.
That's how Sean works.
Yeah, that's
As soon
puppy
as
passion.
you go against him, he wants you gone. No loyalty.
Puppy passion.
Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
Don't diss the laugh, that's all he's got. Wow. And FYI, I have my matchbox in my cutlery drawer still.
You got a phone call from work asking you if you want tomorrow off. Lol.
Sector 3 is 0.50 off the pace.
I take it that means you won't get paid though.
Yes, anyone find me a good picture of the side of a booster seat, please? So I can put it on the livery.
What, on the door panel?
Exactly. Below the window.
Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace.
Worn tires and lots of fuel. Can't crack into the 150s, so ropey. Are you like new tires and stuff? I mean, you're still putting up a decent pace.
That puts you 2.1 off the leader's pace.
You having issues into T1? I need to change the dead zone on my throttle.
Yeah, I saw you dragging it through the corners a few times when braking.
Exactly. So, what was that little light touch resting on it is triggering it?
Yeah, that's why I usually just take my foot off the throttle completely when braking.
Sector 2 is 0.30 off the pace.
How do you clean your gloves? That I don't. I'm not even sure if you could clean them, to be honest. I think you'd probably better off just chucking them and getting some more. I guess if you was gonna clean it, maybe just hand wash it in some warm soapy water. But I've not checked the label to see. Wait, 3,600 drivers already registered. That's gone up from 2,400.
No, it was 2,400 teams earlier.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Welcome, George. Yeah, it will over time, Brayman, definitely. I think these are about 24, 25 pounds, so they're not stupid expensive.
I'd say the total amount of signups is going to be lower now, though, because people have probably given up.
Yeah, it won't. Like the schedule just won't work anymore. Because like if you was due to go to bed at midnight, now you're going to bed at 5 AM.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be that bad, is it? I think it's like a 3-hour delay, isn't it?
4. It was due to start at 1, now it's starting at 5, right?
I don't even know when I was supposed to start, but yeah, that's still 4 hours is a lot.
Yeah, Brayman, these are karting gloves. Because I didn't want anything like thick. I just wanted something very lightweight, so I could still feel the wheel. It's the grip I'm after, really.
I feel like you now, Paul. I almost made a mistake because I'm reading chat.
It adds an extra dimension, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I got the caps overlay working, so I've got it open now.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the
Yeah,
base.
I do,
I need
Brayman.
to find out how Quirk toggled it though with the press of a button. Because I couldn't find any documentation on it.
How he what? Oh, toggle
Quirk
it.
Yeah, you can hide the chat with the press of a button.
Well, I know it does it when you're qualifying, so it's got the feature. I guess it's just in
Yeah.
the section to map a button somewhere. Raymond, I would quite happily buy another of these, but I don't think the last time I looked... I'm not focusing on my gears now. The last time I looked, these
Sector 2 is
KG3s weren't for
0.6
sale.
off the base.
I don't know if they stopped selling them or they just replaced them with a different model. Because I've had these, I don't know, at least a couple of years. $45 on Amazon, that's a rip-off. I got them from Demon Tweets in the UK.
That was a 152.00. Sector 3 is a second off the pace.
I mean, there might be other solutions. These are the Sparko ones. There might be other ones you can get. Oh, this doesn't want to
Sector
turn.
1 is 0.40 off the pace.
Well, let me know if you find any. Because I might need some replacements. If I can't wash these. Yes, it supports VR. There's a few iRacing streamers that stream in VR. I mean, obviously you only see it in 2D, but... Sparko Mecha 3 gloves for 26 quid. Are they a karting glove as well? Is that a George?
You're now 2.0 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
I don't know if it's my driving or if it's the tires, but I'm really slow right now.
Yeah, these tyres don't feel great.
Like, I think I've been in the 1 minute 50s twice since I did it.
I've still got 77 litres left, which is pretty much for the start of a GTE race fuel.
Yeah.
Put on
Yeah,
tyres
Did
that
you
have
change
done...
tires though?
What?
Did you change tires?
No. No, I want to see what the tyre stats look like after the final stint.
Right.
I took a screenshot of them when I came in, and I'll take another one when I come in again. And then I want to look at my lap times as well, so I can work out like what you're losing per lap compared to what you'd lose if you took tyres. Welcome back, Chris. Yes, I won the race. So if you did a bet on P1, you won. Oh my god, iRacing, why is that an off-track? You come out at T1, the off-track there is stupid.
Yep.
Like, I literally put an inch of rubber over the white line. It's not like the half a car thing, it's literally don't go over the line.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace.
Hey, Vlad. Better showdown carnage. Actually, I don't know what I'm playing after this. Hey, Spins.
I know a great game you could play, Paul.
Go on.
It's called the Hunt Showdown. Like, it's amazing. It's like a PvP,
That lap was at
PvE mix.
152.00. Sector 3
Sounds
is
intriguing.
0.7 off the pace.
Gone past out.
I was planning to. Did the lighting just change that?
Yep.
Yeah. It's not subtle, is it?
Play that on so we can play Pops again.
Oh, I've got the 6-hour race tomorrow, JNS, so we're just trying to figure some stuff out about tyre strategy and that kind of thing. The Thrustmaster is 60 quid dearer than what, sorry? Genso.
Sector 2 is 0.43 off the pace.
MK race were £28 next time. What's that? Gloves? Oh, you're talking about wheel and the deer of the 920. I did a video, Genso, that had the Thrustmaster and the Logitech wheel.
Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
I did a video on a couple of wheels. I think essentially the Logitech, the wheel itself with its kind of leathery finish feels quite nice, and the design of it on the outside looks better. The Thrustmaster doesn't look as good on the outside, but has a better kind of force feedback. So it kind of depends what's more important to you, really. It definitely had a smoother force feedback than the Logitech, but the Logitech definitely wins on outside design. Yeah, if you're using it for trucking, then arguably, you know, if you're using it for trucking, I'd probably go Logitech.
Sector 2 is 0.38 off the pace.
Well, it depends on what your price bracket is, MJ. MJ7. What's your price bracket? $500. Try and get one of these then if you can. Although you might not get a wheel for it. You get the wheelbase for about 500. That's a good investment. What if you tried to get one second hand? Tried to get one of these with the wheel for second hand that'll fit your budget. If it's for racing, that is. Well, yeah. Supernova, you're right. You're better off spending your money on pedals.
0.5 off the pace.
Like, put it this way, if you've got £500 to spend and you want to go racing, if you was to buy potentiometer pedals, right? Not low cell. So you spend your money on a nice force feedback wheel and cheap out on the potentiometer pedals, you will not be able to drive as well as if you spend your money on load cell pedals and a cheap wheel. You know, you'll get better bang for buck if you get good pedals. But that's generally not what people do. Generally, people go the other way. This track needs some lights. Because the wheel doesn't really make you quicker. The braking makes you quicker. And a load cell pedal is better because your muscle memory is based on how hard you press, not how far you press, which is what a standard potentiometer wheel measures. It measures how far you're pressing, whereas a load cell pedal is measuring how hard you're pressing. I don't have V3 wheel pedals. I have the Hustingbot pedals. Can you make out your taxes? No. It's actually going to be quite dark here soon. I blame Alex.
I blame Alex too.
I mean, the actual race starts at the same time, I believe, so it's gonna be dark in the race as well. So blame me for me preparing us better. Yeah, bunch of salty guys.
Wait, how? It's got no lighting. How can they have a race that runs quite late?
Because cars have headlights. A lot of tracks where they have endurance races don't have lights. And even Daytona, where they do have lights, I believe they're kept at like 20% capacity. So cars have to rely on their headlights. I don't think Le Mans has any lights across the
It
track.
doesn't, if I remember correctly.
It might do on like the start-finish bit, but nowhere else.
No, because that's when the Top Gear guys did Le Mans, if you remember. They basically crashed out at night because they couldn't deal with it.
You're all saying it wrong, by the way. It's a multi-class sports car championship across the French
Sector 2
countryside.
is 0.6 off the pace.
No. Le Mans. I refuse to give it that stupid name for a racer like that much.
Now who's salty?
Oh, I'll admit that I'll be salty about it. It's a stupid name for a great race. I'll say it.
Hashtag triggered. Oh, a wild puppy appeared.
That puts you 2.0 seconds off the pace.
Probably spawn out somewhere.
Mr. Watchtower, thank you for 41 months. Hope you're well, sir. Oh man, I have to brake so much earlier now than
off the pace.
normal with these tyres.
Oh, I thought because of Sean being ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, Mr. Watchtower. Thank you. You've been to Le Mans 3 times. I've never been. When we all get let out of jail, I'll probably go.
You're
Le Mans
now
2022.
1.5 off the pace. You've just done a 151.27. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Shiny wheels, puppies.
I'll let you past as soon as I can, Paul.
No worries, man.
Left side. Still there. Clear left.
I'm not to state your tyres in, but mine are pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm struggling a lot just to make a turn.
We'd have to nurse the tyres home, I think.
I'm down to 54 litres and they don't feel great.
Yeah, I'm 54 as well.
I'm on 47. And they don't feel great.
So, in conclusion, the tyres don't feel great.
No, we're
So
going to
we're
look at the
double
data.
schedule tomorrow, right?
We're going to look at the numbers.
I mean, that's what F1 drivers do. Look at the numbers and the stats.
Wow,
And in
Hannah.
Hamilton's case, tweak the telemetry because you're slower than your teammate. Never mind that happening back when he was teammates with Button at McLaren, like 8 years ago.
No, the new ones, my tyres are gone, fastest lap.
You're currently 2.5 seconds off the leader's pace. That lap time was
Team shredded,
152.28. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Oh, that is just the worst off track ever, that. Just Puppy's car run on laughter. Powered by laughter.
No, Poppy's car runs on passion.
I was going to say, powered by passion is what it needs to be written on the side of his car.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to nick that.
It needs to be on the side of the car, powered by passion.
I'm gonna give Duracell a run for the money.
Lol.
Gotta bring out a new battery. Am I the only one, mate, struggling to get this car to turn?
A little bit of trail brake will help.
Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace.
I thought so, Hannah.
I think Daytona's supposed to be starting at 5. That's their current target.
To be fair though, Anna, you would need a booster seat as well.
Whoa! Don't start on Hannah, Alex.
Hannah and Pups could both fit in a Matchbox car, no problem.
That puts you 2.0.
Why are you
off
getting
the pace.
defensive of
That was
Hannah
at
though? She can defend
151.72.
herself. She's a grown-up
Even
woman.
in Siege, I get defensive of Hannah when people start. Red Bull soapbox, Hannah. Here we come. We'll show them.
You can't even reach me to smack me, Hannah.
Heck, we can get the ladders out.
Lol.
Lol, Dave.
Sector 1
That's
is
true,
0.5 off the pace.
I mean, even on top of each other, they're not close to Paul and my height.
And you know that how?
Because
Sector
I've
2
met
is
both you
0.8
and
off the pace.
Anna,
Yeah.
and I know how tall Paul is, and I know how tall I am.
Yeah.
So you do, like you sitting on Hannah's shoulders or the other way around would make you
Hang on a
like
minute.
what?
I'm 5'6", so we don't
No,
need
you,
much.
no, you're 3'4".
I am not.
Yes, you are.
3'4". 1.85 centimeters.
You're currently
No.
2.2 off the pace.
Even when he's not in chat, he still gets reminded. It's because you're small as well, Hannah, that's why.
Train Sim fan the meme, yep. Didn't he lose? I'm sure he lost interest in trains. I think he had a bit of a crisis. Oh, that was it, didn't he? He got a girlfriend and lost interest in trains, didn't he?
I believe so. Now watch him suddenly turn up.
It's not as good as that guy who was a member of the Power Pole Appreciation Society.
I remember that.
Like that. I mean, I thought he was joking at first, but he actually wasn't joking.
I think I've missed something.
Well, you don't remember the Power Pole Appreciation Society? They basically go and look at different styles of, you know, power poles, the big ones, the pylons.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pylon Appreciation Society, I think it is. They go and look at different styles across the world and appreciate them. And I'm not joking.
They have a website and everything, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he thinks it's the
There's
website.
some weird people in the world.
Yeah, I think it was Pylon Appreciation Society or something like that. Or Power
Lap
Pylon.
time was 152.29. Sector 3 is 1.3 off the pace.
You know, Moorcroft, I've always wanted to try that, but never got round to it.
What'd he say?
Read it yourself!
It's already off my screen, I can't read it anymore.
Oh.
How do they appreciate it? They look at pictures of them and study the designs. I mean,
Romeo and Juliet.
Sector 1 is 0.6.
the worst thing
off the
is they
pace.
can't ever really get near them. You know what I mean? You can't really own one. Yep, detail receipt. Yep, there you go. You see, it's real.
Now I need to find a tent in Sector 3.
The telegraph pole. Wait, it wasn't a telegraph pole. It was a power pole. It was a pylon. That's a different
I
society.
don't want to know what kind of weapon Sean would make, to be honest.
That's a different one.
You're now 1.4 off the leader's pace. You've just done a 151.18. Sector 3 is 0.47 off the pace.
Hannah, you made me miss my apex.
Have I ever told you I appreciate you as a friend, Hannah?
That's 10 minutes of practice. 10 minutes of practice. Thank you.
That's not true, Hannah. Just a little bit. Lel. I just had a massive lockup into turn 1. Almost lost a second just then and there.
See what your tires look like at the end.
Also, I think you might have to come into the pits before the session ends. If you do it afterwards, it doesn't change tires, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good point. I want to see it change tires and see what happens.
I might
Sector 1
do a
is
pit stop
0.5
at
off
10
the
litres of
pace.
fuel and go around a couple of times and then see how long it takes to do a whole pit stop.
Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace.
I mean, I'm like 0.2 to a quarter of a second out on each of the 5 sectors from my normal. Which adds up to like 1.25 seconds a lap or something.
That lap was at 151.78. Sector 3 is 1.2 off the pace.
Oh, hello. Can you confirm the type of reptile you have in your house?
He's just gonna pretend he didn't read that, Hannah.
Wait, read what?
It's focused.
I was adjusting.
There
my
you
fuel
go.
level. I was changing my fuel levels.
There
Yeah,
you
no-
go. Pretending he didn't see it.
Oh, God.
Hannah,
Oh,
I'm not
dear.
saying anything because I'm not.
He's adjusting his booster seat. Oh my God.
It's so hard to get the car to stop now.
Yep.
That lap was at 151.46.
GTE.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Sean cheating again.
Yeah, clearing his flags.
He drives like a maniac, Hannah.
He just probably went flying into the pits and flying out of the pits. And... Yeah, I need to come in this lap so I can change these tyres.
You're now 1.5 seconds off the pace. That lap was at 151.23. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
You're looking at a minute to fuel up and change tyres. So are them extra 20 seconds worth taking?
Well, I'm just going to come in and do a tyre change.
I think I've lost well over half a minute in lap time just from not being able to push the car as much.
Yeah, I stopped at 5 litres in, did a lap, and then thought I'd and see how long it takes to do everything.
I mean, the only thing we really care about is the pits, or is the tires, because we need to refuel anyway. So I kind of want to know how long it takes to specifically do the tires.
I can tell you that, Alex, bear with me.
About when I come in, crew chief tries to alter the fuel.
Roughly 27 seconds to do tyres, Alex.
Box in 350 meters.
Right, so I'm coming in. I've got it set to change tires, but hang on, it's trying to add fuel.
meters.
Just untick the fueling pool.
Will that stop it from fueling, even though it says 43?
50 meters.
Yeah. Should be 27-ish seconds.
Is it going to update this tire info at some point? Because that can't be right.
Ain't that what you had last time?
See what happens when it drops. .5 seconds.
Oh yeah, my calculation was correct.
Okay, so those numbers... No, those numbers are different. So this was 80, 76, 71. So the inside front left got, yeah, about another 20% taken off. 52, 66, 74. Actually, the rear tires didn't fare so badly in the second stint. It was the front that did a lot of work.
The inside
Thanks
of
for
my
joining.
right. The inside of my right front tire is at 33%. The inside of my left front is at 50. My rears are fine.
Yeah, the rears are okay generally. It's the fronts that get trashed.
Yeah, 26.8 seconds to change 4 tires.
Tin can, thank you.
I would say it's worth taking tyres.
I'd agree.
Let's take a screenshot of those. So how many laps is it? Is it like 28 or 30? Actually, it looks like 33.
That's my wear after one stint.
Because lap 34 is when I took 5 minutes. That's when I took a break.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like we did 33 laps on the first tires. I'm in low 151s, high 150s. And then later, high 151s, low 152s. I'd say it probably cost me about a second a lap, which over 33 laps is 33 seconds, which is more than the tire change time.
So definitely take tyres.
So on balance for us, because we're not that skilled, yes.
Oi!
What? We're not. If we was, we'd be able to run a second stint on the same tires and not have it affect us like over a second a lap.
Logically, you're right, but you're hurting my ego right now, and I don't like it.
Okay. You're amazing, Alex. The crowd doesn't look enthusiastic. Have you ever looked at the crowd in iRacing? They kind of stand there and they're like, there'll be somebody like this, and they're literally doing that.
My second stint was definitely better for my front tires, actually, looking at it.
It's quite funny. Like 2D cutouts of somebody in a certain position, and then they just move them slightly like this. It's amazing.
That's the end of the session. P2.
How the heck did you get 25 laps on your overview, Paul?
It's on the escape menu, isn't it?
Okay, but I can only see 20.
Wait, what? I can see all the way down to 58.
How small is your UI?
Bite-sized, like Sean. It's basically like half the size of the screen.
Oh yeah, mine is basically my entire screen. So I've got a 49-inch wide menu.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want that. I've just got it like so you can see it.
I mean, like I told you, my app.ini file was kind of messed up, and I changed some things, and that made it so I could actually move UI elements outside a 1920 by 1080 box. But those changes also made my menu my full width, my full screen width.
So Ropey, thanks for joining. It was just practice, man. It's all good. Oh, I think that's all the driving I want to do. Oh, chocolate hobnobs and a cup of tea. Get in.
Oh, I want a cup of tea now.
You can have mine. I don't need it.
Thank you, Alex.
That's so good. The sound of the Porsche on the TV cam when it downshifts is incredible.
Yup. I managed to do exactly 60 laps somehow.
I can tell you how, Alex. You went round the track 60 times.
Lol. Yeah, in my first stint I was pretty much consistently around the 1 minute 50 and a half. And then after pitting I went closer to 152s for a while. And 151 half. So I definitely say take tires every stop.
Yeah.
Good thing we've got this figured out a few hours before the race starts. That's how we roll in our house racing team.
Yeah, but at least we've based it on data and not just sticking our finger in the wind like Sebring going, yeah, let's take tires.
I don't know what you're on about. Preparation is for losers, exactly.
When is Sebring anyway? Is it later this year?
March, I think.
The end of March.
Because January is always Daytona, February is always Bathurst, which Sean doesn't want to do, and March is Sebring.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't wait for Sebring.
I still want to do Bathurst, but meh.
I'm alright, thanks, Alex.
I know.
That one's not far away, isn't it? Middle of Feb.
Yeah, middle or like the last weekend or something, I don't know.
And then towards the end of the year is like the Silverstone 12 hours.
And there's gonna be a few Nordschleife for 3-hour or 4-hour races as well.
Wait, I thought you said the Silverstone one is in 2 weeks?
Yeah, the 6
No,
hour
that's the
one.
6 hours.
Oh, right.
And obviously there's the Le Mans 24 and there's a Petit Le Mans, that's 10 hours at Road Atlanta.
When is Le Mans 24?
Somewhere in June.
See, I've never done it. I'd like to do it.
I've done it twice. Once in a Porsche GT and once in the LMP1 Porsche.
I'd like to do it, it's just we need a few more drivers.
Yeah. Have I ever told you the story of how my teammate in the last time I did
Yes.
Alright.
There's many people in chat right now sitting there
2
going, wait,
litres
what? I've not
remaining.
heard this story.
Yeah, but Sean doesn't want me to say it because he's the
Oh,
only person that
What you
matters.
say? I'm going to get a cup of tea, I'll be right back.
Alright.
Bye.
Basically, the last time I did Le Mans last year, I was racing with a few Americans and Australians, so they wanted to do the early session. So basically, when we were done, it was like, I think, 3 or 4 a.m. for me, I think. Quite late. And for some reason, my teammate decided to mess with his steering wheel in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the lap. So he went off track face first into a barrier. With like I said, 5 minutes to go, and the position we were fighting for was, I think, 30 seconds back. Pretty sure if it wasn't that late or early for me, I would have shouted at him for being an idiot.
I can't imagine putting it into a barrier 5 minutes from the end.
Because he was messing around with the steering wheel for some reason. Like changing brake bias and everything. 23 hours into the race. To be honest though, I can see Sean do that as well.
That doesn't make any sense, messing with your wheel that you've raced in and then 5 minutes from the end play around with it? What? Why?
I think he actually had brake bias set to one of the thumb dials that the Formula rims have. I don't think your rim has it, but mine does. And they're really sensitive. Like, sometimes I turn it when I'm just turning the wheel. Which is why I don't put brake bias on those thumb dials specifically.
No, I just have it on the stream deck.
I have it on one of the rotaries, the left rotary, which again your wheel doesn't have. You need to get the Formula V2, Paul. It's way better.
It's a lot of money for not a lot of change.
You can get the APM as well, the paddle module. Paddle, not pedal. Paddle. Before I get shouted at again. No, he didn't do it deliberately, he was just being an idiot.
The the front fairing on the Porsche, when you brake, you can see it touch the ground.
Yeah. I mean, the lower the car, the more downforce, so it makes sense.
Mr. Cat Strater, how are you doing, sir? So, has the Daytona actually started now? That's a well-earned cup of tea, that is. Oh, yeah.
Looks like it has on Jimmy's stream. They're on lap 15.
Oh, you've sunk yourself into Warcraft still.
Oh no, wait, that's a practice session.
Who was I, oh, Geef. Yeah, one of the streamers plays Hunt. Has gone back to Warcraft after 10 years. I just refuse to. Nah, I'm as far as I'm concerned, I'm divorced. I'm divorced from
There's
Warcraft.
2,500 teams registered for the race and 7,034 drivers.
There's no kiss and make up for me.
That's a lot of people.
Yep.
Is that as many as original at like midday?
Well, the one number I heard for teams was 2,500, so I don't know if that's the limit they have.
Well, yeah, I suppose if they've only got so many servers, they can only create so many sessions
Yeah.
on each server.
But that's still a lot of... I don't think I've ever seen it that high.
Probably phoned up their IT guys and like, can you just spark your laptop on and run a few sessions on it?
Imagine someone using a crappy Dell from like 2005 to run a session.
Well, I can't imagine the server code doing an awful lot of stuff. Like, all the physics calcs are done on your machine anyway.
I think the actual issue, at least from what I heard, was generating the splits. Because there were so many teams that struggled putting everyone in the correct split or something.
Yeah. I mean, something's got to oversee the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to them, like last year they struggled and they fixed it, and now the amount of signups have doubled, or more than doubled. So you can't, like, they tried their best. It's just an unexpected amount of people.
The split scheduler, bro. We never thought it would have to deal with so many teams. Thing is, I mean, just breaking it down to just data points, right? 2,500 teams. You know, let's say 3-4 drivers a team, whatever. Maybe 10,000 drivers maximum, right? And then you've just got to look at the iRating for each one and split them up. You know, there's a few other data points like the class they're driving in, but you know, we're not talking about like gigabytes of data that you're having to crunch here. It's pretty small fry numbers. I really don't see the problem personally, but hey,
Yeah.
what do I know?
No, I'm Dodge Highland. Also, the Le Mans 24 Virtual were way fewer drivers. Like, it was one server, and even that server broke a few times. Like, iRacing might struggle right now, but R-Factor wouldn't be able to do this at all. Like, no chance.
I remember watching that.
It was
Yeah,
terrible.
but
Yep.
Salad Crack, again, it's not...
Like, iRacing crashes with 2,500 teams. R-Factor crashes with about 60 or 50.
We're talking 4 drivers with iRatings. Like, we're not talking big... It's the kind of stuff a CPU can do in a second, you know? I can understand if the actual hosted sessions were crashing and struggling with all the load, like when the drivers are joining the session, I could perhaps understand that. But in terms of the algorithm, it just splits everybody up. It's such a small number. 10,000 is nothing.
That's what I meant, Jensens.
Posty Melon, thank you for 7 months. Apparently 7, yeah. R-Factor, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not R-Factor's bread and butter, is it, to host these
And
things?
not Slive, it basically takes the average of your team's iRating.
Yeah, so add up 4 numbers, divide by 4, there's our team rating. Right, we've now got 2,500 of those. We're going to split them by class, blah, blah, blah. Done. Oh, somebody limited the array to 2,000 entries, guys. Oh, we've got
Lol.
2,500. It's blown the buffer.
Imagine if that is actually the case.
I swear to God, somebody's got a constant somewhere with an assumption in it.
Actually, if it's Java, don't you know, or C#, don't you need to define the array length before you or when you create it?
I don't think so with C#. With C++, you do what used to.
I mean, I pretty much only use PHP and JavaScript, so I've got none of those restrictions. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit more difficult, I guess, but I don't, like you said, if it were the actual service crashing for people joining, I'd understand.
Java's pretty much dead. Not in the back end world, it's not. What happened to Java was when Sun sold it to Oracle. That's when that's the point where it started doing that.
You're wrong, Giddy Raccoon. It's the best programming language.
JVM is still crazy popular functional dialects like Scala. Yeah, because Scala's the... I looked at Scala because Scala's the one for like multi-threaded programming, isn't it? I know Java's got that stuff in it, but Scala was more focused on it. But no, the amount of Java code out there is huge.
As weirdly as it sounds, I've actually used Visual Basic in Excel to code macros.
I hate VB.
It's fun to use for a little bit, but for longer, it's pretty much a pain. I like C or C++ or whatever it was when programming on an Arduino. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, I kind of like, if I had more time, I'd go and do some like hobby stuff like that, you know, just coding up a little Arduino to do something fun.
Yeah. Well, for example, my parents currently, like, I'm on the top floor of our house, and when we need to eat, they press a bell or like a normal doorbell, so I actually know that we're gonna eat. But sometimes I'm racing, so I just want to make something that if I'm racing, I can press a button and they get like a text message saying, I'm racing right now, I can't come down. Tough luck.
You should be able to do that quite easily.
Yeah. Assembly is a language I've never touched.
Oh, I did Z80 assembly language on the Spectrum. Yeah, it's a bit too low level for my taste buds. That's a 1X. Wait, what? Vandango? There's no race servers. Oh, God. Right, game change time. So, do you want to shoot people in the face, or are you doing something else?
Shoot people in the face.
Yeah. Let me get something to eat first, but I'll eat upstairs, it's fine. I'm not gonna slack this time, Sean. Shut up.
Right.
I'll see you in a bit.
Right. Let's close that. Let's close that.